Welcome to the Make and Design podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. Hey guys, today I am here with Asia Fillmore. Asia is actually one of my design coaches, but I think this is going to be phenomenal because to be a design coach in my program, you have to be doing stellar things. And Asia is doing stellar things. Should we start with the successes, Asia? Should we talk about what's been going very well for you? And you don't have to dig into the specifics of, what you're doing, but you have a couple of shops. And actually, we should talk about your first year because you were very successful and I pulled you out of it.
My first year, I was doing a lot of the digital scrapbooking stuff. But I was also trying to dabble in fabric repeats and some printables and SVG. So I was trying to do it all my first year, which was not a good idea because that is not what Carina teaches you to do. She teaches you to pick one thing and focus in on that. So My first year was a little all over the place.
Yeah. But here's the thing. You still were making money, right from the get-go. Sure. More money than I think you had before. In fact, we got you to a point, especially in digital scrapbooking, where you're doing very consistently $400 a month, which is in year one, about 12 plus times what I did in year one, right? Mm-hmm. So, and creating consistent income was pretty phenomenal. But what was I telling you about it?
Oh,
do you even remember?
No.
I really honestly, I was like, get out of this. Yes. Why are we still in this? And you were just like, but it's so consistent and it's doing well. And I'm like, but I promise if you switch focus, because I really saw Asia's artwork. I knew how good it was. I could see what she was producing and how long it was taking her to produce. I was like, if we take these exact same elements and we move it into a different platform, a different area of focus, I was like, you will make so much more money. So you were doing like $400. And then when we made that change, tell everybody what your highest month in 1 month was when we made a change.
When we made that change, I switched from $400 to $2,400. So big difference. That's
the thing. Do you think you would have just stayed in the digital scrapbooking thing forever if we didn't have you in the program and weren't pushing you a little bit?
For sure. And I wouldn't have even tried to go after a shop in the first place, probably to even make that $400 a month consistently. So being in the program has really pushed me to do better and go after the big stuff.
Yeah. And even more now as we're kind of watching what she's doing, and we have everyone's strategy is different, right, Asia? You coach now, so every single person has a different strategy. Why? Because their artwork is different, their focus is different, the platform is different. So because of that, we have to really customize what we do to every person. So what you do in the program is different than what someone else does. But it's so funny because they all align, they're all very similar, but it's just maybe a change of platform or a change of shop, or we need to focus here. I'm so excited because watching you build that out, and that whole season you did really good. You did really, really good because it wasn't just 1 month of 2,400. There was all of these other things in play. And now that we know we can do that, all we've done is go, wait, how do we double that for the next season? Right?
Correct. Yeah.
Which is now what our focus is, which is so fun.
Yep. I'm excited. I'm gearing up for that right now. We're going to be earlier and on time, and we're going to do so much better this year. I'm super excited.
It's so incredibly fun. Okay. So you came to me and you came through a design boot camp. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So tell me what was it in design boot? And I think we had a call, right?
We did.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we offer still a call in Design Bootcamp, but Asia and I did a call together and I can't even remember what you told me. Do you remember anything?
I remember coming to you because I'm like, I've got the design piece, but I don't know how to make money with it. It's like, Carina,
Yeah.
help me, show me how to make money with my designs.
Yeah. And
So,
you were actually very easy. Like we were able to get you going really quick.
mhm.
I think it was harder making you make the switch.
Yes, that I really wanted to hang on to that really badly, but I finally made that switch and it made all the difference in the world. I'm like, okay, I just really need to listen to Carina.
Well, the crazy thing is you were listening to me because you
Yeah,
did the things I told you to do and you implemented it. You just implemented it in an area and in a shop that couldn't bring bigger results, right?
that's true.
So
That's
I think that's the thing. Like you were doing the right things, but it's like that's where the massaging comes in because we kind of look and see what people are doing and we go, wait, how do we like make this better? And usually it's painful. It's always
yeah.
painful. And it hurts because you're like, this thing does well, and I don't want to touch it because it's like consistent.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, if I give this up, what if it fails?
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think I had the hardest time letting go because I'm just like, oh, but it's so consistent and I'm going into an unknown. But the unknown ended up being a really good decision. So,
I do think we talk a little bit about mindset in the program, and it's really all about being okay with some failures because that's really how we win. I'm on 9 platforms right now, and I will tell you some of them are more successful than others, right? And so sometimes I'm kind of like, what do you have to lose? Like, just do what I'm telling you to do because we know so and so is doing well over there. We know this makes $8,000 a month or whatever. And in order to get to that, we know we've got to do these things. If you just go do them, like, why not? Why not? Because it really is like kind of dangling the cherry in front of people and being like, listen, I like, if you do the right things, why can't you figure this out?
yeah, correct, correct. And I think that's kind of where I kind of was like, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. And we have a lot of people who come in who know a lot of design, and your design work is excellent. She actually teaches Procreate within our community. We don't do a class on Procreate. It's a lot of live learning when we're doing stuff. And so Asia will show a few different things that she's doing. I use Procreate, but I do not profess to be so excellent at it. And we just had a virtual conference where Asia did a 30-minute training on it. That was phenomenal. So you came with the skills and yet you still take the coursework. So tell me about that.
Correct. Well, I mean, I know a lot of like design aspects, but I don't know how to apply that into the crafting world. And so that is where all of the classes, so like the fundamental classes, like how to use Illustrator for, the basics beginner one, I didn't really necessarily need that. But it was still good to go through it and get a refresher just in case I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that tool or whatever. But like the silhouette masterclass is a great class for learning how to do your SVGs, how to put those together correctly and professionally so that, you're not going to get customer service issues with like customers going, how in the world does this work? And so that was a great class. The Fabric Design Academy is a great class as well because it helps teach you the fundamentals of fabric, like how to put a collection together. I come from a digital scrapbooking background, and so paper is different than fabric. And so learning the differences, I mean, there's a lot of similarities, but there's also a lot of differences in how you put those together, scale, how many blender prints you're going to put in there, just those types of things. So there's a lot to learn, even coming from a scrapbooking background and already knowing a lot of design principles. There's just a lot of specifics on how to really put your design process into that area of focus.
Yeah.
And
And that's
what I love.
the coursework really concentrates on that. Even though I taught at the University of Minnesota and it seems like, well, all this coursework should be like, stuff that you would hear at a university. It's almost literally the opposite. We actually, every course is focused on a business aspect, like a customer related field, so that we can teach you how to make money in that particular field. And so we've got to design a specific way.
Exactly. Yes. And that's what I love.
Yeah, it kind of changes the thing, because once in a while I'll have like a graphic designer say, well, I don't need the university classes. What would you say to that, Asia?
Unless you didn't want to come to Carina for knowledge, then yeah, you don't need the classes. But I mean, they are pertinent. Everything in there is pertinent. And there's like all of the good classes that are in there are things about teaching you how to do freelance, how to, propose your projects to other companies. And so it's really not just help me learn how to use Illustrator or Photoshop. It's how do I actually use all this and make money out of it? That's what's in there. That's the golden nugget in there, is that it's all those other classes that are in the university part that help you and move you along as well.
Yeah.
Just how to do it.
It is so fascinating to me, because people are like, well, I already know Illustrator. I'm like, Illustrator's not your problem.
Yeah.
Illustrator is the least of anybody's problems. Anyone can learn Illustrator. In fact, I actually recommend people go take the cheap programs out there and learn Illustrator. If you come to my program, our goal as coaches, as mentors, is to teach you how to make money. And so that's why it's integrated into the coursework, because we want to make sure that you understand why we're making something palatable for a customer, right? Because if it's not, then you're gonna have customer service issues. People will not trust you. They think your design work isn't good, right? Which it kind of isn't, right? If it's not set up a certain way,
yeah,
not gonna work. So it's just, it is very fascinating to me. And I think that, you especially coming in with so much actual knowledge and just understanding design in general, still took all the coursework and went, okay, how do I apply this?
Exactly.
I would love to know, like, what do you think your biggest successes in the program has been?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, we got the money piece, right? Like,
I know. I'm like, well,
you made money.
I think part of my biggest win from the program, it has been like the community, other than the money aspect. The community that is here is the most amazing and supportive, and we're always cheering each other on and here for each other when we have lows as well. I mean, it's phenomenal how these ladies come together and you feel like you have, a bunch of new friends. It's been a good addition to the program, not just learning how to make money, but you're also networking and really growing that network of other designers that you can then, build relationships with in the future and stuff like that. So I've really enjoyed that aspect of the program as well.
Yeah, so I've already talked a little bit with other designers about our community. Asia actually runs the Marco Polo feed, which is freaking hopping all the time. But what we love about it is definitely like, if you're stuck somewhere, you can hop on and show your screen and be like, I am stuck in Illustrator, or I'm stuck in Procreate, or I'm stuck on this one project. I don't understand how to do it. And like, Asia is on there and she's like, all right, you open up a library, here's your spot color, It's so great. So like, if you're feeling stuck, you get that piece. But then we also have people get on and they show their gardens and what they're working on and their wins. It's a mixed bag. So tell me a little bit about, like, ever since you took over that Marco Polo community, like what your feelings have been about it.
I've watched it slowly build. So at first, not very many people got on, a couple people got on and they introduced themselves, and it was really timid to begin with, but it has since blown into this huge, like, just community of women, just like needing a connection, you know what I mean? And I think that that's one of the things that I have loved so much about it, is because we can get on the community aspect, like, and type and say, hey, this is my win. But when somebody gets on and says, oh, I got a sale, or I got my first sale, and then somebody gets on there and it's like, oh my gosh, exciting. You know what I mean? It's so much more powerful for that interaction. And that is what I have absolutely loved, is just we can totally interact with each other, even though we don't know each other very well. We aren't anywhere near each other, but we can grow those relationships a lot closer in this Marco Polo feed. And so, but like you said, I mean, it's all over the place. It's, you know, here's my garden to, this is what I worked on to, I've had a win, you know what I mean? It's been amazing.
And what she's describing is we have a couple of different communities. We have the Marco Polo feed, which, by the way, you guys, is just a free app where it's video chatting. And we just have a feed where anyone can get on. And it does, sometimes we have a lot, like I'll get way behind. It's like 45 or 100 messages behind. We just tell everyone, skip to the end, watch the last 3 messages. You're no big deal. Like you didn't miss anything, probably, you know, like it's just there to be, so you're not alone, right? Like you can see what people are working on and if they have questions and if you want to respond. So there's that piece. But then we also have a written community, and that's where we do all our challenges and people can post their shares and wins. But I agree with you. People post shares and wins in the community on our design master community. They'll write it in, and it doesn't feel the same as when they hop into Marco Polo and they're like, I made my first sale, or I just had 7 sales last night and I was totally camping and I didn't even, know that could happen, that, and then everybody's reactions afterwards, right? Like, congratulations, that's amazing. That kind of support, I think, is really powerful for women. I think it's powerful for everyone, but I think it's really powerful for women designers because we are so alone. I spent the first 10 years of my design life alone, just doing it by myself. So this has been such a breath of fresh air to see the way that people communicate and are excited. And we have a lot of side groups, which we encourage, which I know a lot of other programs don't encourage, but we encourage. We're like, network, make best friends, because if people are friends, they come to the table with more, they do more.
Correct. And it's funny because when I first started the program, I was actually not one was like, I don't really need the community. I don't need that aspect. I was the lone designer. I'm like, I'm fine in my own little world. And then I came to the retreat earlier this year, and it completely changed my entire outlook on it. It was like, what have I been doing this whole time? Why haven't I engaged sooner? Because it really, really does make a difference to have a group of women who have your back, or who are there for you, or there to push you. And like, it really does make a difference. So it's just great. It's a great community. I love it.
Well, Asia, if people want to see what you're up to, where should we send them?
I have a portfolio website that kind of encompasses all the little things that I do at asiafillmore.com. And my name is spelled AJA. It's a little different.
It's awesome. So we'll give you the link to that, you guys, in the show notes. So if you're on YouTube or the podcast, you can click on that. We're also going to give you a link to Design Bootcamp. So it is honestly $27, phenomenal way to get a lot of information. Did you feel like you got a ton of education from the bootcamp?
Oh yeah, for sure. Which is why I jumped on that call with you, because I'm like, I got to have this, but I need to talk to Carina about it. But I really got to have this. This is exactly what I've been looking for.
Yeah. And I think our biggest thing is, and we still do calls in Design Bootcamp, so you can jump on a call and ask not just about the program, but we do coach you through a couple of things there, because we want to see that you're a good fit, right? We have this phenomenal community because we actually filter people, right? We want to make sure that they're the right fit for what we're trying to do. We're definitely not anyone left behind kind of community and program. The coaches will tell you that they're constantly reaching out. If someone hasn't shown up for a little while, we're like, hey, where are you? What's going on? We are going to match your efforts. So if you're all in, we just had a couple of members jump on Marco Polo even, and they're so excited, right, Asia?
Yes, yes. It's so exciting to see how excited the new members are. And you just get wrapped up in that. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
So
Cause
it's just so fun.
you know what they can do. You know what the possibilities are because you're already making the money to show like, hey, listen, just in a year and a half, this is how far you can come, which is crazy because we tell everybody 3 to 5 years, right? Like this thing takes 3 to 5 years, but it's fun to see everybody getting wins way, way before that because that's what we're trying to do. Like show you that the method works and that you can create consistent sales.
Yep. Yep. And
All right, guys, it works. It totally works. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to give you those links. We can't wait to see you in a design boot camp or even in Design Suite, and we will see you soon. Bye. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.